Today, as part of our conversations with inspirational women, I'm speaking with Belinda Plant. Belinda and I met in 2012 at a retreat in Turkey, and I was absolutely mesmerized by these turbans that Belle wears. I mean, they're sort of headscarves, they're different scarves. She'll talk to us about them, but they're absolutely stunning. And whether it's a bad day, a bad hair day, or a good hair day, they're just wonderful things to wear and to brighten up any outfit. They look very stylish. Belle's background is actually as a fashion model. She was a nurse, she's a Reiki master, and she's also just authored a book called The Seven Jewels of Life. And so I'm really excited for Belle to be showing us how these turbans work, how to put them on, how to wear them, how to accessorize them. And she'll also explain how the turbans actually link to her book, Seven Jewels of Life, which is a wonderful book for women, particularly for young women. And she's also, in late summer, she's also going to be developing a set of online courses for women. So Belle, over to you. Love to hear all about the turbans and your new book.
Oh, hi, Erica. It's just lovely to be here and see you there. Well, thank you. Yes, I suppose my turbans have been my stamp throughout my life. I was actually born out in the East in Malaya, and I spent my first years there. And I think the East has always stayed deep in my psyche and soul. And I think this is the part I brought back with me, my turbans. And so what it is that, as you said, I've written my book, actually, The Seven Jewels of Life. I don't know if you can see with all the different jewel colours, which represent, each jewel represents a day of the week, a colour, a continent, and also it represents an area of our lives, particularly as women, to look at and try and find the joy in. So each area represents something different in our lives to look under the microscope and think, where is it? What can I do in this area that will enhance things? And as a gentle reminder to myself, because as I said, each jewel is a day of the week, I started wearing the colour of the turban of the jewel that day. So, and as I said, each jewel also represents a continent. So by the end of the week, I felt I'd gone around the world, thought about every continent, worn a different colour, which is lovely, because, we're not always... so today, for example, is Thursday. So that represents in my book is the emerald, and the emerald is about Thursday, and it's green. So I found something with a bit of green in it today. It doesn't have to be a block of green, but a little bit of green. It could be something you even wear some green jewelry, accessorize. So yes, and there are three ways and styles that I used my turbans, which I'll go through with you if you like.
I'd love to, and I know that you have different ways of wearing them, and you kind of call one a hippie way and one a little bit more formal. So yeah, it'd be lovely if you could take us through kind of each of those and when you wear them. And yeah, great.
Lovely. And they could be worn, I mean, I'm 66. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can wear your turbans. I'll be probably wearing them stacked on top of myself when I'm 90. But that doesn't matter. But they just enhance an outfit. So I'm going to ruffle myself up. I'm not proud. Take it off. So this is the basic kind of start. So turban is basically a scarf. I mean, usually the ones I get are about a metre wide by about 2 meters long, something like that. I mean, you can get thinner ones, thinner scarves, but they don't work quite so well. But any scarf like that, so I roughly divide it in two like that and take the last quarter of it and I start there. So basically to cover my forehead. So I put that bit there. And then I literally wrap, around like that. And then just tie it in a loose knot. This is my hippie look. You can see from the back, it's just very hairs down, bit of a, whatever way it is. And then you just kind of tidy it up around the front. So make sure your forehead is, you've got your eyebrows out, but it's there. If you like a bit of height, like I always do, I just get a clip or something if you like a bit of height, just to get a bit of height there. So that's lovely. So that is my hippie look. And, I wouldn't be miss at Woodstock, although of course it's not Woodstock these days. Summer of Love, I remember it.
And
so
the beach, presumably, or you've got a beautiful dress on today. You can dress it up with a dress.
Yes, dress it up or down. I mean, I would wear this just for a pair of jeans or dress. I mean, I've got a dress on today, but you know, that's fine. It's just bring some color, and it reminds me of the emerald, which is actually about love and self-love. You know, as women, we think, what does that even mean? Well, we've got to remember that. So it's today, the emerald. So, you know, you could find some nice earrings and if you don't like hoops, you can do smaller one studs. It doesn't matter. It's just about giving it a bit of warmth. And so that's the hippie look. So look 2 is similar. It's exactly the same, but what I would do is, want to be a bit more elegant, I just tie my hair back at the back, just tie any hair. I mean, I've got scrunches with shells on. I used to do when I was modelling. I used to actually have a fashion range in the 80s. And so I've got all my old hair accessories from those days, actually sold in the Phoenix. But I've got 1 or 2 samples, but whatever it is, you just plonk them, you tie your hair back. So it's just not quite so in your face. So at the back, I don't really care what it looks like at the back. You can tie it back, you can put a rose or anything you like, just to kind of, it's up to you, but it's just the hair off the face a bit more, so it might be a bit more elegant. So if you wore a necklace or something, that would show that off. I also, with that look, I've got various brooches. I mean, you know, you can actually put brooches.
That's beautiful. That's lovely.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's fabulous. I mean, this one, this is probably an evening one. I wouldn't wear I mean, look at this great big amazing one. I actually got this in on the River Kwai, where my dad was actually, I went over to see where he was in the war, and I bought this brooch. So, I mean, this one, you can go doink, you can stick it at the back, you know, you can dress it up however you like. But the third look is literally a bit more elegant altogether. So what I'd do with this one is I would divide my hair into 3 bits, front, back, and then a little bit at the back. And I would put it in, I would roll it in, use the scarf as a kind of roller, like that. And you can actually, if it's not staying, you can get a clip and go doink. And then the other side, same thing. It's just, yeah, it's a very kind of elegant look here. That's it, plonk it in there. And then at the back, you can also tuck in the back layer as well. So at the back, it would be rolled up like that at the back. So you can see, can you see all the way around?
Yes, lovely.
You've got a more of a kind of very elegant type of look. And then you can change your earrings and whatever. Obviously, there's all different colours. So yesterday, for example, it was the day of the yellow citrine. So I was wearing yellow like that. And then some women say, oh, what about more neutral colours? And I wear this one a lot. I mean, I don't know how many scarves. It's embarrassing how many scarves I've got. I've probably got millions of them. I've got a colour for every, you know, whenever I see a nice scarf, I think, you know, I'll wear that. I'll put it down again. So this is more of a brown or a beige one, which perhaps you could even wear with pearls, or, you know, you could just do that kind of thing and put pearls or something. And even people, you know how they love their black. So if you were wearing all black and you were brown, and I think, you know, when I'm very brown and slim and everything else, I get my black one out, but it doesn't really matter. And you can even, you know, start to be quite elegant with black, and you can put, I even wrap ropes of pearls around it. I mean, you know, I'd be seen to do many things. You know, you can put brooches and all sorts. You can just have such fun with it. And this finally is a lovely purple one, which is Amethyst Day. You know, that's a lovely colour as well. You know, that beautiful colour there.
That's stunning, isn't it? Absolutely. And they've got lovely jewels on that, some of those scarves, haven't they?
Now, for example, here's my red one. Monday's ruby, and I look forward to Mondays because I've got this old bit of sari, because I go to India quite a lot, and I collect bits of fabric. So here is a lovely bit of sari fabric, for example, lovely red. So, you know, you could really, you know, put using the colours in the front, wrapping them around. It's such fun, Erica.
So, and it looks so beautiful and so stylish. And as you said, I mean, you could just dress up anything. A pair of jeans with one of those beautiful sari colours would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Absolutely lovely. And then you can, you know, you can have fun, you know, when you're in a jewellery shop, instead of thinking, oh, what do I get? You think, oh, I'll get some, you know, red. You'd wear lots of colours that you wouldn't normally look at, because you're always thinking, oh, the day of the week, I'm a bit short on, you know, on amethyst, I need some amethyst, you know, it's just fun. That's just a way of being.
And Belle, I'm interested in a couple of things, if we can just talk around the book and the Seven Jewels, and you talked about the continents. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering also whether there's a link with the chakra system there, because it felt like the 7 colours were also, you know, could be linked to the chakra system. Was that something that happened? Was it kind of something that developed for you or merged for you?
Yes, so actually, yes, it's true. It organically came out that what happened is that when I was very small, I was sent to England to a boarding school, and my mother gave me a little treasure box, and she was teaching me the colours of the rainbow. So she said every night when I was homesick, obviously at 7, crying most nights, she said, polish all your jewels, and then you can have a wish on a little glass diamond, and the rainbow will come out. And so when I refound my little jewel box years later, when I was going through a hard time in my life, I used to pick out a different jewel every day because they were my best friends and I needed help. And I said, just, you know, and what it was is, as I look back on it, as I took out, the first day happened to be a Monday, and I took out the ruby, which of course is the base chakra. And then of course it was the orange I just organically took out, you know, as your sacral. And obviously I'm a Reiki master, I've been a reflexologist for years, but that must have been in my subconscious because I wasn't actually thinking of it. But as I look back, each of the jewels do in fact represent loosely the chakras, because obviously amethyst, you know, the purple amethyst is on Sunday, so that's your you know, your higher chakra, your higher self. So yes, they do, funnily enough, follow it a bit, but it wasn't for those purists amongst you who actually it has to be this. It's not to be too taken seriously, but in fact it follows some kind of way. And the blue chakra, which is Friday, is obviously I wear blue, and that's very much about communication, which it is in the book as well. Speak your truth, and that is the day on a Friday I'd wear blue, and then or turquoise, and it would also remind me as I wore the turban to speak my truth, and to people aren't mind readers. You know, if you don't speak your truth, then you know you will be under the influence of powerful people who do speak their truth. So for women in particular, it's just gentle reminders throughout. Yeah.
Speaking of speaking your truth, you just talked earlier about you had a fashion label that you sold in the UK, in Liberties, I think, and Phoenix and Harrods, and also Bergdorf Goodman in New York.
Yes, yes.
So many things with your life, Bella, and I know you're an avid traveller, and you know, you're just a huge force for life. Has there been a thread for you or something? I'm thinking in particular around, you know, this identity of speaking one's truth and finding one's path. You know, and you've got this beautiful idea of kind of style and image and identity yourself. You know, has that been something that has been a path for you through your life?
I think actually trying to find my voice has been a path through my life, because I think being sent away to school so young, the first thing my teacher said, don't make a fuss, be a good girl. And so that was my voice dimmed down very quickly because I needed to be rescued. In some way, I was looking outside of myself. And so my frustration throughout my whole life is like, I couldn't speak my truth. It held me back because that was my old pattern. Of course, I was young, I didn't know. And so that has been trying to find my voice. Maybe I found my other voice through my fashion, or another way of expressing myself, because I felt chronically frustrated about not even being able to have an opinion, because I was always worried if someone, you know, even you know, if I just needed the crumbs of validation, and I was very careful just to be good and do the right things. So I think it popped out in other ways, like my imagination, my you know, the fashion, yes, which just came out overnight. I was a nurse, and on my days I've had a market stall, but it was obviously this need to express somewhere. So as I'm got older and know my worth, and having the confidence now in that connection to speak that truth, then that is lovely for me. It's like I've been wearing these shoes that didn't fit, and now I can express myself and learn and express myself, you know, through my writing, perhaps now, and speaking. So that's been a common thread, trying to find my voice, identity through that. Yeah.
Right. Makes a lot of sense. Thank you, and thank you for sharing that. Because I think this new part of your chapter of your life with the writing and also developing these workshops is going to be wonderful, isn't it? To get your voice out there. Most importantly, to connect with all of these young women and to bring.
Oh yes, to give them, tell them it's there all the time. It was always there, and that's what I can't believe. My gosh, I was always enough. I'm enough now. So are they, but we're not taught that. That's the missing bit. And so that's my contribution, hopefully, that I'll be able to. I've got 2 beautiful daughters and I've got grandchildren now and everything else. But I think for people to know their worth, to know their diamond within, as in Seven Jewels speak, and to polish your jewels to light up that your inherent brilliance through honouring yourself and your voice. But because you can't honour yourself if you don't know your worth, it's like there's a mismatch. So how do you do that? Well, you look within. And anyway, it's been amazing. It continues to be amazing, and we'll probably get it, and then I'll be dead. I mean,
what I will say is I'd love to come back and talk to you again as you've developed these workshops. I know that Debbie and I at Rock My Age would love to come back and chat to you about how they're going. The stories from these young women as well would be wonderful to share with all of our Rock My Age followers. If you're happy to do that, we'd love to come back and speak to you about that, Belle. And also, I'm sure over the next few months and years, there'll be many other things that you are doing in your life. You are definitely a Rock My Age woman. There is no doubt.
Well, I would like to say on that, I love what you're doing of Rock My Age. And as far as I'm concerned, it's all about the next 50 years. I think life begins at 50, 60, whatever. It is so the right time. And I don't care. It's not about your age. And I think women have got to, oh, I'm 20, I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 66. Great. It's going to be the best time. It's the best time ahead. The best time ahead is when you know that you're the best, if you know what I mean. So it's never too late. It's so exciting, such a journey. And thank you. I think it's brilliant what you're doing.
Thank you, Belle. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us. I really enjoyed it, as always. And good luck with everything, with your book, with the workshops. And we look forward to coming back and speaking to you at some point. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Erica. Thank you so much.